This is an Algebra 1 review lesson on solving equations. So when we have equations that look like this with a variable on both sides of the equation, I have an important note here that it's our job, first of all, to make sure that the variable shows up on one side of the equation only. And so to do that, normally we use the expression kill the little one. And what we're talking about here is between 8z and 5z, the smaller one of those two, of course, is 5z. And killing is just another way of saying let's cancel it. And the way I cancel positive 5z is with negative 5z. And I'm going to make sure to do that on both sides of the equation. So that means I'm going to have 3z plus 12 equal to negative 21. Okay, so now we've accomplished this. We have the variable on one side only. It's on the left side. How do I go about solving for z? Well, yesterday, just want to make a distinction between yesterday's lesson where we were using PEMDAS, the order of operations, in order to simplify expressions. Well, these are not expressions, these are equations. And when we're solving equations, we're not using PEMDAS like we normally do, like we did yesterday. We are going in reverse order of PEMDAS. So to get this z by itself, to strip everything else away from the left side and only leave the variable z, we're going to have to apply PEMDAS in reverse order. So just think about this. What are the two parts of PEMDAS that are visible in this particular equation? Well, I see addition and I see multiplication. So if I'm going to undo using PEMDAS in reverse, I'm going to do addition. I'm going to undo addition first. And the way I undo addition is with subtraction. So my first step in solving for z is to subtract 12 from both sides. And I'm left with 3z is equal to negative 33. And then the only thing left is to undo multiplication. And you can either undo multiplication with division, or you can undo multiplication with multiplication of the inverse of the coefficient. So either way, I could have multiplied by 1/3, which is the inverse or the reciprocal of 3, and I would have gotten the same result. So my answer, the solution, the number that plugs in for z in this original problem to make it true, to make it equal, is negative 11. Okay, another example of the two variables. I have t on either side, so I need to make it so that t appears on one side only. So the smaller of these two terms is negative 4t, so I'm going to undo it. I'm going to kill it by using addition to offset the subtraction. And that's going to leave me with 6t minus 3 is equal to 9. Okay, think PEMDAS in reverse. I'm going to undo subtraction with addition. And then I'm going to undo multiplication with division. So my solution for t is the number 2. All right, some of the problems that you're going to be dealing with in this assignment will have grouping symbols or parentheses within the equation. And so it's going to be necessary to remove those parentheses, and most of the time that means using the distributive property. So I'm going to take 2 and multiply by both of these terms inside the parentheses, and that will get rid of the parentheses. 2y minus 6, and then bring down plus 6 is 70. So negative 6 plus 6 is 0. 2y equals 70. And dividing by 2 or multiplying by a half gets me my answer of 35 for y. Good. All right, same thing here. Distributed property on both sides of the equation. 4 times m plus 4 times 9. Negative 3 times m. Negative 3 times negative 4. Kill the little one, so the smaller m term is negative 3m. So I'm going to add 3m to both sides. 7m plus 36 is equal to 12. And so I've got two operations being performed on m. And in PEMDAS reverse order, I would undo addition first with subtraction. And when I subtract 36 from both sides, I get negative 24 equals 7m, and now I undo multiplication with division, or multiplying by the inverse. Either way, I would get my answer for m is negative 24/7. And answers like this, improper fractions, are fine to stay in improper fraction form. I just want you to make sure they are simplified, or you might think of the word reduced. You do not need to change them to mixed or decimal. I recommend that you don't, just to save time. Okay, so those are my examples, and you have some problems like this to practice. If you run into trouble, you can email me or come into academic support. I'll be glad to help you, and I'll see you next time.